I'm Anna, the content creator for Marshall Communications, and today happens to be National Cheeseburger Day. And this summer, I entered the Bon Appetit's Blended Burger competition, and I got this apron as a consolation prize. But I'm really excited to share my Porcini Pop Blended Burger with you. And the recipe that I came up with just so happens to use my zucchini relish. The relish that I showed you how to make a few weeks ago, and I'm sure you did, and you've been wondering what to do with it. And here's a perfect recipe. So I'm excited to share this burger recipe with you and celebrate National Cheeseburger Day together. So the first step to making this Porcini Pot Blended Burger is to go and forage for your own wild porcinis. Just kidding. I was lucky enough last fall to go mushroom hunting with an actual mycologist and his group of college students. And so when I found porcinis, he could tell me that they were definitely edible. So I'm lucky enough to have these, but you can just get porcini from the grocery store and that works totally fine. So you want half an ounce of dried porcini mushrooms. And what we do is grind them up into a very, very fine powder with some salt. And then when the burgers are all assembled, you're gonna roll the patties in this mushroom powder, which is the pop aspect. And so what I like to do when I'm grinding spices, or in this case mushrooms, is use this super old coffee grinder, and it's perfect. It makes a perfect powder. And then my coffee doesn't taste like mushrooms the next day. So you can use a coffee grinder, you can use a blender or a food processor, and you just want to pulse the half ounce of porcini and the salt until it's like a dust, a nice little dust that you can roll stuff in. And that's the first step. So here's the powder. It's very silky and fine. And if you taste it, you can see that it adds this incredible umami to whatever you put it on. So the burgers are great, but if you make extra, you could put it into stir fries or into scrambled eggs. I don't know. Opportunities are endless. Yum. The next step is going to be taking 8 ounces of mushrooms and quartering them and then pulsing them for 10 seconds in food processor. And I already have some butter melted on the stove with some garlic in it. I'm gonna add those together with the mushrooms and cook them until there's no moisture left in the mushrooms. Which leads me to cleaning mushrooms. So I was horrified when I learned that people washed mushrooms. I've always used mushroom brushes, and you just dust off the dirt, and then they're clean. And if you wash them, they become really slimy and gross. So don't do that. Get a mushroom brush. And get a mushroom brush maybe that looks like a mushroom and it's super cute. So clean off your mushrooms dryly, quarter them, pulse them, cook them. One of the great things about blended burgers is that by adding mushrooms to them, you are adding lots of B vitamins, lots of antioxidants, and making it so you're replacing part of the meat with a vegetable. Well, not really vegetable, a fungus. And the best thing is that the beef covers up the flavor of mushrooms, so picky kids like my son who hate mushrooms eat this burger and have no idea. None. So it's awesome. So that's the next step. And once the mushrooms are cooked down and cooled, I'm gonna add them to the beef mixture and I'll show you that in a sec. So I added the cooked and cooled mushrooms to the ground beef, along with some kosher salt, ground black pepper, and sriracha. Sriracha, who needs ketchup? And I'm gonna mix this together and form 4 patties. And I wanted to mention one thing about ground beef. I recommend getting the 80-20 variety because the 80-20 has more fat, and fat makes things taste better. So go for that. And on to the next step. Once you have your patties ready, you're going to put the porcini powder in a little plate or saucer type thing, and then you're just gonna kind of dip it in. And it makes it look super weird and ominous. But don't worry, the porcini powder just sort of absorbs right into the meat, and it's delicious and tasty. So do that with all 4 patties, and then you're ready to cook them. Once your burgers are all ready, you can pop them on a grill or pan fry them and top them with your favorite cheese to celebrate National Cheeseburger Day. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It is near and dear to my heart. Even though I did not win the competition, I still really like these burgers, and I hope you do too.